So for the past few years since we lost in the Champions League final against Barcelona, pretty much every single transfer video had the title Rebuild. And there's a good reason for that. Definitely not because that's what the algorithm likes. People like to look for rebuilds. But more importantly is actually we did try and rebuild the squad. And as you guys have seen in the last few episodes, our squad looks amazing. We've bought a lot of players. We've sold a lot of players. We're doing good. However, today, the biggest rebuild of our lives is complete. And today, I can officially announce that with the sale of 2 first-team players over the past few seasons, we can now afford a very, very nice house. Woo! Yeah, no, I wish. The amount of money we made in the transfer window, if at least 10% of that went into my bank account, ooh, I would have a very big house. Hi guys, MrSpaceman reporting for U18 and welcome back to another misleading title and another misleading intro. However, the meat and bones remains the same. We have managed to make a lot of money again in the transfer window, and that lets us spend lots of money in the future. We are doing the opposite of Chelsea. We are signing lots of players, but we're selling even more. And today, I can announce that 2 big first team players have gone and left the club. And no, I will not be using that money to build myself a mansion, unfortunately. I wish one day I could just transfer out that money and then bring it to me. Please. I just hope that in this universe, in the football manager universe that is this freaking game, I am living nice and comfortably. Although on about 3k per week, after being the best manager for about a few years, I'm feeling a bit underpaid. But you may be asking yourself, who are the 2 big players that we've sold for a combined valuation of 80 plus million? Well, the first one is Valentin Barco, who has gone and joined Liverpool for a very nice amount of money of 52 million with an option to extend to 59. Not bad at all. He's currently joined Liverpool and is already doing quite good. All the matches are coming from the first team. And how are they playing him? They're playing him instead of Robertson, who I assume is a little old now, or has actually gone and left the club. Where is Robertson? Okay, so he's actually gone and retired now after playing a little bit in Al Ittihad. So now it makes a little bit more sense that Valentin Barco is the star left back. And that makes sense. I've been trying to get him from me for a while now. And for the price of 50 something million, finally, that's a very good offer. I mean, I like this guy, but this year he wasn't playing much, mainly because of the rule of having to play under 21s in our squad, which meant Baez was getting lots of game time and Benzinger. And this guy was just a club legend all the way from when we first signed him for 3.6 million, which is absolutely insane. And he has been a very faithful servant. And finally, very good money made there as well. And the second faithful servant is in fact Goran Brdanovic, who's finally gotten a move to a big side. He's currently employed by Barca freaking Lona, which is absolutely exciting. And we sold him for 34 million plus some clauses, which is absolutely insane. And he's actually playing a few games. And to be fair, a lot of them are coming off the bench, which is fair enough. I don't know how well he fits into Barcelona, but he will be in and around the bench for sure. And hopefully we don't get to meet him in this Champions League run because that will be scary. And in terms of ins, we've made one massive freaking signing, and that is Romeo Lavia, who was transfer listed by Chelsea for 57 million. And we have gone and purchased him because we sold Barco and we sold Brdanovic. So this is a very, very good signing because this guy is perfect. He'll be in and around the squad, if not in the squad for a lot of the games. But he is very, very good. And if anyone from Gavi, Valverde, or Deans gets injured, we have a 4th pretty much world-class midfielder to play. He is good, likes big matches, which we love. He's a current international, he played some good games, and he is consistent, which is always nice to see. And with that in mind, we're actually here for the second leg against Celtic, and the first leg went very well, because we beat them 3-0 with goals from Haaland and Lockie Deans, and the reason why I actually didn't play the first leg is because I'm trying to cut down on episode times. Yeah, I don't want to always record double, and anyways, I knew that Celtic was going to be an easy game, so I thought, why not do this, and why not just show you just one leg? Just one. Could be fun that way. In terms of everything else, we are actually very, very good. We're conceding less now, which is very, very nice to see, and we're still scoring a lot. Like 6-0 against Železničar with goals from Zdravkovic, a hat-trick from Milovanovic, Esteval finally getting back on the score sheet, and Haaland again with a penalty. And by the way, if you wondered how Milovanovic looks like, he still looks like this. He is absolutely incredible. At some point in the future, before FM25 comes out, I will want to do an episode where I just compare him, maybe put like 2 screenshots up and be like, this is how he was at the start and this is how he looks now, because this guy is so world class that he actually maxes out the world-class current ability and potential ability, which is awesome. Same thing for Vojvodina, 6-0, Zdravkovic, Haaland, Valverde, Estevao, and Branko Tasic on the score sheet. Easy games for us, I love it. India, 3-1, again, goals from everyone else, absolutely amazing. I don't want to talk through all of it, there's too much talking here. Crvena Zvezda, 4-2, a bit of a more of an exciting game. We went up 3-0, and then they scored 2 goals, and then we went back to 4-2. So it was exciting for about a little bit, and then we didn't have to worry, but Ederson, starting to worry me just a bit. In some of the big games, he is underperforming, which makes me a little bit nervous for the games in the Champions League. Mlados was easy, 3-0 with Estevao and Saldana scoring. Celtic, like I said, was quite easy with Haaland actually scoring in a big game and Lachlan Deans once again. And finally, the game where we rotated everyone was against Javor, Monero, Bolaños, Shikayev is back at the club, and Gavi scoring some goals. Right, we're taking on Celtic for the second leg at home, and that's basically the whole point of this episode. And what else can I tell you guys? Well, nothing much, really. I think the only thing of note is that we had another youth intake, and it was kind of meh. It was poor. I don't know how that works. Apparently the intake is poor, but some of this is actually not that bad. Like, some of these players are okay. I don't know if I'm going to ever see them again. Maybe most likely you will see them in a 10 years down the line where I'm like, hey, look at this guy. He's actually not bad. He looks okay. Stojanovic, same thing. Like, this is just like stats, you know, stats on a board where nothing is interesting. And unfortunately, a lot of these players are just not good enough. So we're having to buy lots of players from outside of Serbia. And a lot of players that we do buy look like this. Like, I don't know what's wrong, especially considering that our head of youth development looks like this. I don't understand. Anyways, we are taking on Celtic at home, and this is our starting lineup, playing with the best players that we can, just for fun. Ederson is going to be a sweeper keeper on defend this time, because I'm trying to teach Gabriel how to play sweeper keeper on defend, because his eccentricity and flair is not good enough to be a sweeper keeper on attack. Beas, Lukeba, Lemke, and Taklak as the back four, Gavi, Valverde, Deans as the pretty much more centralized midfield three, Milovanovic on the left, Saranic on the right, and up front, Erling Haaland. Well, Erling Haaland put him to the sword in the previous game. What can he do now? So, we look like this, but how does Celtic look? Honestly, absolutely no clue. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they still have some players that were with them at the start of the save, if I'm not mistaken, because McGregor's still there, Oliver Skip is there, and Ozan Kabak is there, which is interesting. Is that Brennan Johnson? That is Brennan Johnson. I guess in this universe he wasn't good enough, because right now he's doing quite okay at Tottenham, or at least he was last year. I'm looking forward to a very, very good game. To be fair, I am a little bit disappointed that I didn't show the game away, because I kind of thought it's nice to go to the Celtic Stadium. I've been there before, it was quite nice, and it's a very lovely, and what's even the right word? Atmospheric stadium. I really like it, and obviously the fans are insane, but to be fair, if you compare Partizan fans to Celtic fans, that's actually quite a good comparison. Both sides are crazy for the football and they love it. And so far, well, it looks like Celtic is on the attack as Callum McGregor finds Liber, who is going to shoot, and a beautiful block by Lukeba and a save from Ederson, and also a post in the way actually, combined enough to stop this goal from going in. If they would have scored so early on, it would have been a bit of a worry, because we would have been, well, what's even the right word? Slightly backs against the wall performance, even though we're 3-0 ahead on aggregate. But you never know. We've done crazier things against PSG when we were kind of bad. So are we the PSG in this scenario? I mean, if you think about it, world-class player, check. High salary, check. Better than everyone in the league, check. Pretty much playing in, well, what we've managed to make into a farmers league, check. The only difference is we have actually won stuff in Europe, which is quite nice. So maybe we're not PSG after all. And also we try to help, I guess, our league. But to be fair, so does PSG. So I don't really know. Maybe we are PSG. Are we PSG? Tell me in the comments. Are we PSG or are we better than them? Because at least we try to help out our teams. I don't know. But so far, we're not doing extremely well. 28th minute, and I haven't seen anything exciting from our end. Maybe our boys are just chilling out, having a great time. It's a nice out day. You know, not snowing, not raining. Quite nice. Decent spring weather. I guess I didn't check. I'm gonna lie. Let's just say it was nice and beautiful. But Beas is gonna run down the left-hand side with his 16 crossing. Finds Milovanovic, who finds Erling, who finds Gonzalez, who once again, we have a good keeper against us, I think. I think at this rate, we are playing one of those games again where the keeper is going to have more than a 7.4 rating. Trust me. I have not seen many set-piece goals this season. Has our set-piece coach been cooking up something in secret? The answer is no, he didn't. I mean, the first leg pretty much was kind of similar. Celtic were surprisingly decent in the way they kept the ball and kind of chilled out. So it could be one of those games where it's just going to be quite close for as long as it can, and then we're just going to run away from it. But for now, Serenich is breaking away on a counterattack. What can you do? You can find the keeper, and it wasn't really as exciting as it looked like. He just kind of lobbed it at the keeper, and the keeper just jumped. And he's on 7.4. He's on 7.4. I told you guys. I know what I'm talking about. I am curious how our transfer spending compares to people in this universe, because I'm pretty sure if a team sells players for like 500 million, they will try to sign players for more than 500 million. And we're doing quite good as kind of a feeder club, but not for our good players, for other players in other divisions. As Milovanovic is going to find Lockie Deans, brings it down to Valverde, who lines up a shot, and Federico Valverde with his second goal of the season. And is it his first goal for our club? Is it? I don't remember. Has he scored before? The answer is yes. He scored before, and he scored a beautiful goal. And I'm so happy it's not against us, but a beautiful assist from Deans. But I think Milovanovic created, finds Deans on the post. He volleys it back to Valverde, and Gonzalez, well, lets it go. I guess he didn't see it well, so it's not as good of a shot. It looked like it was going to the top right corner. And if you look at the top left, you will see that I've completely skipped the halftime talk. Yes, I know, absolutely unfair. I should probably not do this, but at the same time, we're winning 4-0 on aggregate. Can you blame me? I want this episode to go a little bit faster because I want to see who we're going to get in the next stage. But I also want to show you guys that we can cook and play well. As Cassius finds Liber, and Fran Rocco Liber makes it an interesting game. And I saw Andres Beas on a bit of a bad rating, so I'm going to take him off straight away, put on Benzinger, and maybe even take off Lukeba and put on Gilson, because it doesn't look like our players are playing good, and they also need a bit of rotation. And for now, I think it's fine. We're not going to concede 4 goals in the next few minutes. I mean, do we shout out our players? Because it's another attack on the left-hand side as a beautiful block by Lemke, who outpaces whoever that is, Castillo, who's fast anyways. Valverde, there's lots of space from Milovanovic. Didn't hit it far enough. We aren't passing well, and Haaland is miles offside, but a beautiful goal. It looks beautiful. Unfortunately, it's miles offside, but it looked nice. Beautiful interplay from Serenic, Haaland, and Deans. But every single pass was off in that attack. Valverde should have done it a bit faster and more forward. Same with Milovanovic, same with Serenic, and unfortunately, he actually overhit it. But beautiful track run. Oh my god. Guys, this is not American football. We can't do this. All right, let's make our final subs, as Milovanovic is tired. So I'm going to put on Acornero on the pitch, who doesn't get any game time because, I don't know, we have better players. Anyways, Estevao is going to come on instead of, what's his face? Sasa Serenic. And I think we have one more sub. Who can it be? Who will it be? Who should I put on the pitch? I think the answer is I'm going to put Fabian Monero. Actually, no. I'm going to put Lavi on the pitch because you guys need an introduction to this man, which apparently you're not going to get because the game's over. Nothing exciting happened here. Did he even touch the ball? I mean, in a deep-lying playmaker position, he did. He had 18 passes, 88% were completed. At least I think it's passes. Yeah, attempted and completed pass. So 88% was completed. Okay, fair enough. Haaland did 96. I mean, is there anything interesting? Gavi, 63. Valverde, 86. What else is there to talk about? We played well. Unfortunately, we were a bit squished. I wanted Haaland to push up a bit more. Not a good game, but we won. So I guess let's tell that to the boys. A win is a win, but we have to raise our performance if we're gonna play against the bigger sides. And I don't like that they're actually influenced by the previous result, because they think it's 4-1, and I've told them off. I hate that. And Lavia, I've never seen this before. He would have preferred to stay on the bench. Surely you get like appearances fee. Like you definitely want to come on and play, like especially in front of your home fans in the Champions League. What a weird thing to say. But anyways, we managed to win in the UEFA Champions League round of 16. Quite easy. So who else is going to be there for us? Well, so far, I think there's games tomorrow. And so far, United is out. Copenhagen is out. Obviously, Celtic is out and Liverpool is out. Okay, so let's fast forward to tomorrow and see who we get. Okay, so when I said a day, I meant more like a lot of days. And we're finally here for the draw. So let's see who we can get. And the options are AC Milan, PSG, Barcelona, Partizan, Inter, Real Madrid, Nice, and Tottenham. So I kind of want to get Nice to get an easier game. But let's see what happens. Okay, and Inter Milan get Nice in the very first one. Lucky guys. And we get Tottenham once again.
Right, I'll tell you what, you fat little cunt.
I'm so tired of this. And if we manage to beat Tottenham, we'll be drawn against Inter Milan and Nice. So potentially the three big teams that we're playing, PSG, Barcelona, and Real Madrid, we can only see them in the final of the Champions League, assuming we beat Tottenham and assuming we beat Inter or Nice. Anyways, I hope you had a fantastic day. We absolutely smashed. Well, I say absolutely smashed. We drew with Celtic, but we beat them 3-0 away from the camera. I promise we played really well. I'll see you guys for that episode, and I hope you enjoyed today. Bye, guys.